Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact. I am Michael Cole here with Ashley Williams and the Jackal. And today on Impact, if we haven't seen in a long time, John Cena. Well, it's been some time, John Cena says, since I've been here in the TWF. Man, I've done a lot of things. 2-time TWF heavyweight winner. But I've done a lot of things. But I never forgot where I came from. Even when I only wrestle every once in a while and show play, I never forget where I come from. Now, some folks are wondering, what am I doing here? What am I going to do? Well, the first thing that I want to do, or I am going to do, is, man, a lot has shifted. You know, the last time I was here, we were having that talking ring. Well, and that one broke, and that's not around anymore. So the first thing I want to do is to say that I don't know what I'm going to be doing. But I do know one thing. Whatever it is, whatever it is, it's going to be good. Well, guess who? Whatever it's going to be good. I know that. But I also want to say I don't want to take away from any of these other younger wrestlers, So this year I think I'm just going to sit it out. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think this year I'm going to sit it out. It's probably for the best, to sit it out. Since if I do get involved somehow, some way, if I do end up wrestling and fighting, someone's going to bitch and say, I just took a spot away from some younger wrestler that I did this and I did that. So I don't really truly know what I'm going to be doing. So until I can seek what I'm going to be doing, the only thing I want to say is thank you everyone for your backing and your support of me and everything I've been doing, which is a lot and which also isn't so much, but it's still a lot at the same time. So it looks like I might have to, looks like I might have to be going somewhere. Put it there so I can get away to put it back in. So, alright. Guess I'll be going now. I have nothing else to do. Now, Lord Cena, that's not true. You are for, so isn't it, Steven Richards, who believes he works for the FTC, who believes he can back up the shielding children needed deed doing. That only seems to apply to anyone who has anyone underneath the age of whatever. But you don't work for the FTC and never did, John Cena said. Don't lie to these folks. That's what you did, John Cena said. Earlier this year you lied about you working for the FTC and you don't. John, I know the truth is, yeah, what do you know about me? Yeah. Are you going to say that I'm doing something wrong? No. Not doing nothing wrong. You're lying. You don't work for the FTC. You can't back up COPA or whatever they want to call it. No, you can't. John, I'm asking you to join the team. I'm asking you to become one with the team. John, you can do a lot of good. What? Dress up like you and put a tie on. You do it in your own house, John, and the room you call the Lord's room. the room you like to tell everyone that no smoke never got out of. Okay? But I don't really care, John. You do it anyway. You do it at home. You make all your friends and kin do it when they eat meals with you. So don't tell anyone that you never put on a suit and tie, because we all know that's true. But the one thing I never did, I never came out and told any. I never came out and I never told anyone. The big on-light between me and you is I never came out and I never told anyone how they should live their lives. But sadly, John, half your hands are busted off. Okay, yeah, granted, half my hands are busted off. But I worked long and hard to get this one, so I'll be effing if anyone... Yeah, you tell everybody how to live their lives. One thing I don't. Oh! And John Cena just did the 5-knuckle shuffle. And he did You Can't See the 5-knuckle shuffle, and you can't see me while he did it. That's a good job for John Cena, who may or may not have all his full hands, but at this point, we are not throwing this out. We had to forget how hard it was to even seek where this John Cena was at, and to seek the other one's going to be harder. So, and John Cena just took care of Steven Richards, or the cleaner Steven Richards, who keeps telling everyone that he works for the FTC, Michael Cole said, when he does not. That's right, Ashley Williams said, Steven Richards doesn't work for the FTC, he never did. You know, he never did work for them. And it is what it is, you know. Well, the Jackal says that's a bunch of unlook going on. Well, I could tell you one thing. We got the TWS Strike Team Hit Team winnings on the line, with Seth Rollins and James Storm meeting Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston. Well, this is for the TWF World Heavyweight winnings. First, they are the New Day, Biggie Langston, and Kofi Kingston. And they are the TWF Strike Team Hit Team winners, Seth Rollins and James Storm. Meaning, well, it was good to see John Cena again. Michael Cole said, oh, and James Storm going after Kofi Kingston. And Seth Rollins taking down Biggie Langston, just kicked him right out of the ring. And now Kofi Kingston his hair's hung up on the rope. James Storm's foot's hung up on the rope. The fight overseer's down. And he's back up now. Michael Cole says, James Storm taking down Kofi Kingston here for body slam. I tell you one thing, Ashley Williams says. I'll tell you one thing, Ashley Williams said, no, Seth Rollins and James Storm and the new AOP had to be stopped. The final, James Storm did the final call, and the SOS, Kofi Kingston tags in Biggie Langston of the New Day. And finally, Seth Rollins just nailed him from behind. Oh, and that just let Seth Rollins now got tagged in. First stomp on Biggie Langston. I tell you one thing, the Jackal says, this is good. This is truly good. Now, what's the AOP doing out here now? Oh, the Fight Lord Solomon told them they're out of there here. So now they're gone now. Well, that's going on. Oh! Kevin Owens with the stunner. And AOP, Razor and Akam going after Kevin Owens. Well, that's going on. Biggie Langston and Kofi Kingston going to do Midnight Hour, a combining between the big ending and the other hold. 1, 2, 3. Meaning, here is your winners. And the new TWS Strike Team winners, New Day, Kofi Kingston, and Biggie Langston, who are now 3-time TWF Strike Team winners here. and the TWF. And that's going to make Seth Rollins and James Storm not happy. Not happy, that's a good thing. Ashley Williams says, good job to Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston beating Seth Rollins and James Storm. You know, good job for that. Oh, I think you think it's a good job too, the Jackal says. You just saw Kevin Owens come out and stunner Seth Rollins. Well, blame the IOP. The OP, because they didn't have the Fight Lord was dealing with them. And if he wasn't dealing with them, he could have stopped Kevin Owens from doing what he was doing, Ashley Williams says. Yeah, the Jackal says, I don't think that was right. I truly think at the end of the day that was wrong. Well, it might be right and it might be wrong, Michael Cole says. But either way, Seth Rollins ain't going to be happy about it. And I understand Gene Okerlund is going to catch up now with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, forgive me, but things didn't quite go your way. Yeah, things didn't go my way I wanted them to go, Gene Okerlund, yeah. You know, I'm going to deal with everyone. I'm going to deal with Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston and New Day. I'm going to deal with Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe and Belasca. And me and James Storm will get our TWF team winnings back. One way or the other, we're going to get them back. And at the end of the day, I am going to get my winnings back. You understand? I will get my winnings back. And it is what it is. And that's all I got to say about that. Well, apparently Seth Rollins still believes he'll get his winnings back. Him and James Storm both. Back to you, Michael Cole. Alright. Thank you, Gene Okerlund, for that, Michael Cole says. And I know another man. And I know you, and I know another man, Michael Cole says, that would not be happy about how things shifted for him. And that would be Steven Richards, who John Cena came back after gone for some time. You know, after John Cena, who came back, came back after a long time. And gave the attitude adjustment, the FU, whatever you want to call it, to Steven Richards, Michael Cole said. Yes, he did, Ashley Williams said. And I don't think Steven Richards is happy about it. He truly thought that John Cena was going to become one of his team. And then brought up some of the things that John Cena does when he's not wrestling and show playing, which I don't think was really needed. Well, Jackal said whatever John Cena does on his own time, his own time. But beating up on Steven Richards like that, I didn't think that was right, you know? I think it's kind of sad. And I do think Steven Richards is going to get back at John Cena. John Cena, today me and you are going to have a fight. I know half your hands are fucking broke. But that probably was the way, that's probably happened to you when you came from Game Again or whatever. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know? And we're not throwing any more folks out unless their heads come off or whatever. So, you think you're so great, John Cena? You haven't wrestled in what, a year? Years? You spend way too much time now show playing and you do wrestling. So, why don't you come out here, John? You like to talk about oversight. I know you got all these weird oversights at your house. Why don't you come out here, John, and we can do another weird oversight. I call it beating the shit out of you. You don't put your hands on someone who works for the FTC, John. Do you understand? Well, are we gonna get that fight, or is he gonna run his mouth? Michael Cole says. Well, Steven Richards is going to run his mouth. He still says he works for the FTC, Michael Cole said, but we know that's a lie. Yeah, it's a lie, Ashley Williams said. It was a lie he started way back in January. A lie that he's sadly still going with to this day, Ashley Williams said. He's not a liar. Look, he's dressed up in a suit. He's dressed up in a shirt and he got a tie. He got some good whatever on, you know. He does work for the FTC. No, he does not, the Jackal said. No, he does not, Ashley Williams said. Now, you're going to buy into that shit, too, that he works for the FTC when you know he does not. At the end of the day, Michael Cole says Steven Richards is a liar. And he wants to fight John Cena here on Impact, and I say, why not? So you still believe that you work for the FTC? Yes, I do, Diva Talks. You still believe you can keep the Copa Coppa law that's been around since 1998 YL and have been shifted many times since it's been a law. Yes? Well, we'll see. Because John Cena says because John Cena will wrestle you. Alright, here it comes. The Fight Lord's in the ring now. John Cena. Oh! Ding ding ding. What's this all about, the Jackal says? John Cena might have half his hand might be broke. The other half of the hand might be cut right off, but oh well. He could still wrestle and fight. John Cena takes down Steven Richards. I wonder what the shape of the other John Cena with the hand goes up and down looks like. I don't know. John Cena's got him up now in what they once called the FU. The five-knuckle shuffle can't seem. Oh! John Cena's going to beat Steven Richards here. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, the Jackal says. That's just wrong that John Cena beat Steven Richards like that here on Impact. That is truly wrong, the Jackal said. Well, Michael Cole said, I felt that John Cena did a good job fighting Steven Richards and a good job beating him here on Impact. He didn't do anything wrong. The one who should be ashamed of himself is lying about working for the FTC when he does not, Michael Cole says. That's right, Ashley Williams said. The only man who should be ashamed of himself, and that is Steven Richards. Alright, John Cena says. I'll let everybody know. Don't listen to Steven Richards. He's a liar. He doesn't work for the FTC. He can't keep the Copa or Coppa law. He can't do any of that shit. And beating him here on Impact just goes to show you that he's lying about all that other shit. And yes, I do have some weird oversights at my house, you know. But I don't really think that they're too bad oversights. And I didn't come out here to talk about the oversights I have at my house. You know, that's my own life. What I do when I'm wrestling and show playing, I don't want to bring my own life into it. But yeah, I do got some oversights in my house. But Steven Richards, you don't have the right to bring that shit up. Because that does nothing to do with my wrestling and my show playing, no, does it? Anyway, don't listen to Steven Richards. He's a liar. He doesn't work for the FTC. He can't keep Copa law or Coppa law. He can't do any of that shit. He's just someone who thinks he's a cleaner, but he never was. So by beating him here, I just showed you nothing happened. Alright? And I gave him what WWE stopped calling, but we can call this again, the fuck you. Okay? Remember. And the last words, think. The last words I'm going to leave you before I go is never give up and fast, trust, and onlook. Well, Michael Cole said we want to say thank you for John Cena taking the time from his show playing to come here to do some wrestling. We want to say, folks, that we want to say that I thought was a good show. I liked it. Thought what John Cena did to beating Steven Richards here on Impact was good, Michael Cole said. Me too, Ashley Williams said. It was good to see John Cena again. It's good to know that John Cena still has some time to wrestle in between a show playing. John Cena might be a well-known or name-known or unlooked wrestler, show player, whatever he wants to call himself. The man with the weird oversights at home, I don't care. But at the end of the day, what he did to Steven Richards was wrong. You know, I should know how it was. I know how sad it is for him doing that shit. And I assure you, Steven Richards, I tell you now, Steven Richards is going to get back. Is going to get back at John Cena for what he did to him, for shaming him and unlooking him here on Impact. Well, Michael Cole said, was sad for that, but we'll have to see if that happens or not, if Steven Richards can get even with John Cena for what happened here on Impact. You're right, Ashley Williams says. If we're going to see John Cena be wrestling and fighting Steven Richards again sometime down the road, or this is the last time we ever see Steven Richards show play as an FTC worker or FTC cleaner, whatever they call themselves. I hope the last time we ever see him. And once again, good job to the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston for beating Seth Rollins and James Storm. Well, that's right, Michael Cole said. I'm happy for Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston and New Day. Well, it's all the time we got here for Impact. I'm Michael Cole for Ashley Williams and the Jackal. We hope you like Impact, and we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw.